Hello YouTube, can you hear me? I'm trying to sit not too close from my camera because someone once told me that my face can be a bit overwhelming and annoying if I get too close to the camera. If my face fills the entire screen, so I'm trying to sit a bit far away from my camera today. And now I have my microphone, so I think it's okay for me to sit pretty far away from my camera. And compared with myself speaking in English like this, with using my microphone and without using my microphone, and I understood that the voice is much clearer with this mic, so I love this very much. Okay, anyway, I woke up pretty early, yeah, as usual, 4 o'clock a.m. And now the time is 7:10 or so. And today, what day is it today? 27th, 28th? Okay, today is Sunday, July 28th, the year 2024. Okay. The weather is really great outside, okay, as usual. And but when I walked my dog today, it was really refreshing, and it was even more refreshing than yesterday because yesterday there was no wind, so it almost killed me. But today there was some wind, and it was really comfortable, and I like the wind. Okay, and I went to a park a little bit far away from my house, and because it was a bit cooler than yesterday, and I was physically okay today. I was energetic enough this morning. I took enough sleep, I guess. So I decided to go to the park, which is a bit far away from my house, and it was really nice. I loved it. All right, and usually I take a power nap. Okay, I take a long power nap. Okay, a long one, like 2 hour. Okay, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours nap. But today, I try not to take any nap because after this, from 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., I have an appointment for my dog's dental care. I always take my dogs to our trimming salon to have their teeth brushed. Okay, it's very necessary for their teeth. So I take them there 2 or 3 times a week, and it's been about almost 2 months since I started taking them there. And they gave me a subscription, okay, so that I can take them there 13 times tops, okay. And by paying the same amount of money, the same monthly fee, and it's very convenient because if I take them for their dental care one time, it costs about 1,800 yen, which is pretty expensive for 2 dogs, okay. And if I take them as many as 13 times, okay, it would cost much more than the amount of money I always pay for the monthly fee for the subscription. So it is really helpful. But ever since I started taking them for their dental care for the last 2 months, my days have been much busier. Okay. So in order to make the most of my time, I always use the time when I'm driving. I always record my voice speaking in English. So the moment I get on my car, I always start speaking. I feel like speaking in English, and it's very good for me because I really want to make my English my second nature. And in order to make my language, my foreign language, my second nature, all I need to do is to expose myself to the language as much as possible, right? So in this case, only when I'm driving is not enough. Okay, yeah, of course, but I want to speak more. I need to speak more, but at least when I'm driving, okay, something turns me on automatically when I get on my car and I start speaking in English, and it's becoming more and more normal for me, which is really good. Okay, and so talking about the 25-year-old guy, Japanese guy, I sometimes talk about here and there in my previous videos, in my recent videos. Okay, his name is Naoki, and he has this YouTube channel called Naoki from Japan, and coincidentally, he is living in the same city as I'm living, and so it made me feel closer to him. Okay, and I watched his latest video. He uploaded about 6 or 7 hours before ago, and now Japan, it's morning, right? And he must have uploaded his video after his work. Okay, he video shot himself in a classroom, I guess, or office of his work. Okay, he's he owns his cram school, and he's the president. Okay, and actually, I happened to find his homepage. Okay, I hope that I might not sound sneaky. I might not look sneaky. Okay, I was just curious, and I put some keyword, and there it was, his cram school, and it was quite intriguing to see him in the in the homepage, because I always see him on YouTube, right? And I only hear him speaking in English. But when I saw the his photo in the homepage, he looked a bit different, and their website had his their Instagram, and I visited their Instagram, where he has many videos of his, okay, speaking in Japanese, and I heard his Spanish for the first time, and it was quite interesting. Okay, but I didn't think that when he's speaking English and when he's speaking Japanese, there aren't much difference between the two. Okay, so what I want to say here is that his personality doesn't change a bit, not so much when it comes to speaking in English. And he, in his videos, he sometimes says that he's not comfortable speaking English in front of a camera, and yeah, of course, anyone doesn't feel comfortable talking in front of a camera like this, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. But when it comes to his English, he doesn't look weird or tense or nervous at all. So he's quite natural. And I think that that's probably because English has become his second nature already. So that's why. Okay, and it's fun to see him speaking in English in his videos, um, because he is very calm speaking in English, unlike myself. I always feel pressured, okay, or I have to say something because I'm afraid of the silence, okay. So, in order to avoid the silence, I try to speak as much as possible, okay, and this is uncomfortable for me actually. I really want to speak more slowly as I think. Okay, this is totally my impromptu speech, and I haven't prepared anything beforehand. And I can now quite enjoying. I can enjoy. Okay, I can. Now I can enjoy myself doing this. Like, I can enjoy seeing what comes next, what happens, and something like that. And whatever accident or anything happens, I'm pretty confident that I can manage to get out of the difficult times myself, because this is part of my practice also, very important. And so that's why I'm now quite enjoying myself doing this. Okay, but sometimes I feel devastated, especially when I feel that I'm not talking as much as I want. Okay, like yesterday, I was devastated. Okay, even when I was talking in a video, in the middle of the video, and just after the video also, I felt devastated. And I usually um, post my post my video on X. Okay, uh, that is the only social network that I am using for advertising. Okay, promoting my YouTube video on this channel. Okay, X is the only place, only I don't know how to say this. I forgot this word. Okay, social media and platform. Okay, platform, only platform. Now I'm currently using. I have my Facebook account also, but I almost never use it. I always use Facebook to look at others' videos, interesting videos. And there are many people I got to know from watching Facebook, okay, watching their videos on Facebook. And if they have, yeah, most of them have their YouTube account also. So I visit their YouTube accounts, and so that I can subscribe to their channels. So that's how I always use my Facebook. This is my new Facebook account, and I used to be on Facebook before, until the COVID thing happened. Okay, since it happened, it made me skeptical about almost everything practically, and I decided to leave the Facebook because I thought that that was not the time that we enjoyed, like playing music or making jokes or watching videos or talking about something fun or something like that. I thought that we should focus on how to protect ourselves, okay? And I was really nervous back then, and I really wanted to leave Facebook entirely so that I wouldn't have to see all those people having fun or something like that. I was really serious, and I even don't know why I was that serious back then. Okay, and now I regret that I left Facebook. I deleted my former previous account entirely forever because I had so many friends. Okay, they even though they are not real friends, but I was connected to many important people, but without saying anything to them, without saying goodbye to them, I just left Facebook suddenly. It was my spontaneous idea. It was my spontaneous idea, and I now can't believe why I did such a stupid thing. And now I have my new Facebook account, but I only have one friend, just one friend. Can you believe this? Okay, anyway. Where was I actually? Yeah, I was watching Naoya's. Oh, I'm sorry to call his name without adding san at the end of his name. In this way, we can call someone's name more politely, okay, in Japanese. For example, my name is Wendy on this channel, right? And when I call Wendy, okay, and this is me, but if let's say this is another person, okay, another person's name is Wendy, and when I call this person's name politely, paying respect or something, okay, then I should call Wendy san, okay. I should call this person Wendy san, and san is very important, and this shows that there is some distance between this person and me. If we get much closer, like we became friends or something, then I can call that person another way. But when it comes to English names, we don't have to use such I don't know, such word to add at the end of someone's name. So please allow me to call him Naoki, okay? Naoya, okay, Naoya, okay. I watched his latest video, and he was talking about exercises and bikes or something like that. Cycling, okay. He loves cycling, and it reminded me of something. It reminded me of my younger days, like when I was 19. After graduated from high school, I didn't go to university, and I wanted to be a musician, so I started working as a part-time job, okay. And my first part-time job was sales person. I don't know, someone who sells donuts in a donut shop, okay. It was located near the center of the city. I live in Nagoya, okay, and it's in Osu, okay. It's no longer there, okay. The shop closed entirely, okay. But back then it was there. The donut shop was there, okay, in a shopping arcade, okay. And my job was the first shift, the morning shift. It started from 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. My job started very early in the morning, and I took a subway near my house to the donut shop, okay. And I had to wake up really, really early. Okay. And why did I choose that job? Okay, I understand that. I have a friend in high school. Okay, I had a friend in high school who had a friend who was working for the shop. Okay, and that person, okay, my friend's friends, okay, who is 1 or 2 years older than I was, and girl, that girl was from a rich family, and she was very, I mean, she's very smart, and she's very gorgeous, beautiful. She has this long hair, and she was very polite, and she had a part-time job at the donut shop. And my friend introduced this person, okay, to me, and we became friends. And I decided to work with her. So that's how I started working for the donut shop. And probably I was already started working in high school. I don't know. I don't remember this correctly, but okay, anyway, that was my first job after graduating from high school. And and after 7 months or so, I found another job um, at a department store in the central part of the city, which is called Naka Ward. Okay, or is it Naka Ward or the next word? I don't remember, but okay, it's one of the several department stores, very famous ones, bigger ones, okay, very famous ones in Nagoya. And most of the department stores are located in the central part of the city, okay, bustling areas, okay, and um, and I was hired by this company which sold in those days records, okay, records. In today they sell CDs and any others, right? But in those days we didn't. Yeah, we already had CDs back then. It was around 1980s. It was in the middle of 1980s, I guess. We already had the CDs, but that was pretty new still, and that was pretty expensive. So most of the people still preferred records than to CDs. Okay, and I started working as a sales clerk at a city shop of one of the famous department stores in Nagoya. Okay, and my job is was a service. I don't know how to call it in Japanese. Service, service gyo. Service means service, and gyo means work. Okay, service work, meaning that I was a sales clerk, right? And especially on weekends, there are many people in the department stores shopping, right? And but I'm a kind of person who is very vulnerable, right? And the job itself could be very stressful to me actually. Um, so on weekdays it was okay because there were less people, but on weekends especially, or any other holidays, or any other days when there were many people in the department store shopping, then I had to deal with lots of people, right? And my job was really, really busy in those occasions, and it made me so tired mentally, okay, not only physically but also mentally. And by the time I finished working at around 7 p.m., I was exhausted, and my mood did swing a lot. So depending on the day, depending on my mood, I tended to feel exhausted even more. Okay, and during the work day, during the work hours, I was really I had to work hard, right? And I had to walk a lot too. I mean, in department stores, they have a very unique system, like which can be a bit inconvenient for people who work there, I guess, even now. But they are very strict in many ways. And for example, one of the things that I found very annoying was that register is placed not many registers. Okay, is it okay? Register cashiers. Okay, cashiers are not placed many. Okay, in many places, and sometimes they often changed the layouts of their spaces like once every 2 months or 3 months or so, pretty often. And sometimes the record, the place where we sold records, our space could be a little bit far away from the cashier, and sometimes there was a escalator, escalator between our place and the cashier. And every time we dealt with an item for just one customer, every time we dealt with just one customer, we had to walk all the way from our place, I don't know how to call it, on the section to the cashier. And this escalator was in the way, so we had to take the detour. Is that okay? Take the detour, or take I don't know how to say this. Anyway, from all the way from our section to the cashier, and we did something at the cashier, and we had the receipt and the change for the customer, and we had to go back all the way from the cashier to our section, and we had to repeat this process 100 times, 200 times a day. It's crazy, huh? Okay, this made us very tired physically, but in my case, since I'm very vulnerable, I'm very sensitive, so I have some good days. Okay, but I have some bad days also, and when I had my bad days, I tend to feel more exhausted mentally. So after the work, I didn't want to take a train, a subway anymore, because when I had to take a train, I had to be with other people, and the train at this hour could be packed. Okay, and even for as long as like 20 minutes or so, I mean, the amount of time that I would stay in the train was as long, like as much as 20 minutes or so, but still I couldn't think myself being in the train for the next 20 minutes or so. It would be very comfortable for me because I was already exhausted by that time. So I decided to use my bike to commute. Okay, and actually it took me to go to the workplace from my house. I mean, it took about longer than 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And but for me, it was much easier and much more comfortable. Okay, because I was all alone, and I was feeling pleasant wind. Okay, and I was all alone, and I didn't listen to music because we didn't have anything to listen to music while even walking back then. Um, yeah, the first Walkman probably started around that time, and we didn't have anything like that. Okay, so I didn't listen to any music or anything, but now it's not allowed to listen. I mean, it's not allowed. You can't listen to music while riding on a bike. Okay, and where was I? Yeah. After the work, it gave me a lot of, sense of freedom, and it was really comfortable for me. And even I was exhausted after work, just thinking about my bike placed in front of the department store uh, made me feel happier and really comfortable and relaxed. So I loved riding on my bike. And even though I was really tired after work, riding bike, okay, actually uh, made me feel relaxed. And so when I heard him talking about his bike, okay, that he loves to ride on a bike, yeah, it resonated with me, and it reminded me of my older days. But now I never ride on a bike or ride a bike, which is more correct, I don't know. Okay, let's say ride on a bike. I never ride on a bike because at this age, all I want, all I, the last thing I want is myself hurting my back. Okay, what if I don't know, fall? Okay, then sometimes it might give you life-threatening situation. I mean, like when you fall down on a bike. Okay, when you when you are riding a bike and you fall down and then you hurt your back, and if you are young, it's okay, it's pretty okay, not serious. But when you get older, the older you get, the more serious it could be, right? And it could be life threatening also. And there are some people who hurt their back, and because of this, their body can be paralyzed. Their body have become paralyzed, and it could happen to me. So I never ride a bike nowadays. And there's another reason that I don't ride a bike anymore. Um, Now we have stricter regulations about parking your bike in the city, and I'm not familiar with this regulation because when I was riding a bike, there was no such a regulation. We didn't have such a regulation, so I'm not familiar with this one, and it makes me feel a bit anxious about where to park my bike, because when I was riding a bike back then, in those days, practically, we could park our bikes anywhere, okay? And so that's why when I used my bike to commute to my workplace, I just parked my bike in front of the department store. Okay. And nowadays, your bike can be stolen. Okay. And yeah, even in my days, like when I was 18, 19, okay, I was in high school back then, and I parked my bike in front of my house, okay, before the entrance, without locking it, okay. It was unlocked, and I parked it for like a few minutes or so, and I go back to my bike, and it turned out that I had my bike stolen. Okay, especially my house is located close to a station, train station, and there are many people coming. Okay, coming toward my house's direction, and someone stole my bike. I couldn't believe this. Okay, so I didn't want to be worried about my bike, because my bike might have might be stolen, right? This is another reason, but the main reason is that I don't want to get hurt while riding a bike. It could happen. So if I got paralyzed, my dogs would be in trouble because there was no one else who could walk them. My daughter is allergic to dogs and even cats, so I can't ask her to do the job for me. So I really have to be careful and healthy enough to take care of my dogs. Okay. And another thing that he was talking about, that he said that since his job requires him to sit for long hours, like 9 hours a day, because he has a lot of laptop work, okay, PC work, and desk work. So, but he likes to move a lot. He likes to exercise. He likes to ride a bike, and he likes to hang out with his friends. And he's pretty active. He says that he's introverted, but still he likes to move his body because it makes him refreshed. It makes him more positive, and yeah, because there's certain kind of hormone, right, which makes you feel good and more active and positive when you exercise, right? So that's why it is said that exercise is very important, right? Yeah, it is scientifically correct, and but when it comes to his job, he has to sit for long hours, and he thinks that it might make him feel low, and he doesn't like it very much, and he doesn't know what to do while he's working. Okay, and in my case, I'm my life is kind of sedentary, and I don't move much except for the time when I walk my dogs, and this is not good for my body, also my health, okay. And especially 2 years ago, I had my rectal cancer operation. My stage was 1B, so I didn't have to get any anti cancer drug or medication or treatment. That was good. I was lucky, but still, until then, I totally believed that I was healthy. There was nothing wrong with my body, but it turned out that I had a stage 1B cancer, right? I started finding it out when I found out some blood in my stool, and any other things. I didn't have any problems. I felt a bit dizzy, probably because of the cancer, because when you have a cancer in your body, especially in your gut, in your organs like your stomach or bowel, okay, the cancer um, needs lots of blood, lots of nutrition, okay, and um, your cancer is something new for your body, okay. It's a newborn newborn thing, object, and so um, in order to grow it, or in order for it to grow, it requires, or it actually creates new veins and new vessels, okay, itself. And but since it's new, and those vessels are quite fragile and easy to be broken, so that's why it's easily bleeding, okay. So that's why when you have a cancer in your stomach, in your bowel, you could find blood in your stool, but you cannot always find bloody stool yourself, because the farther the cancer is, the more difficult it is for you to find it yourself with your eyes. Because when the cancer is far away, like in your, for example, in your, I don't know, tube, okay, which is located between your throat and your stomach, even. I don't know how to call it, but esophagus or something like that, right? Okay, anyway, it's far away from your anus, right? And then, if even if it's bleeding, the longer it takes, the the color of blood becomes more darker, right? And becomes darker, right? In such a case, it's really, really difficult for you to find it with your own eyes, because it's dark. It's no longer, the color is no longer red and fresh, right? So it's difficult to distinguish, okay, because the color of your stool is closer to darker blood, okay, darker colored blood. So, but in my case, my cancer was just close to my anus, which means that it it won't take long. I mean, if the cancer is, yeah, it was actually bleeding, okay. The cancer was bleeding, but since it was close to my anus, it doesn't take long, right? It doesn't stay long, right? So it's still fresh and it's vivid color, which made it easy for me to recognize with my own eyes. Okay, so I was quite lucky, but I noticed it in January in 2022, and I decided to go to hospital in May, which means that I let it stay there. I mean, I didn't do anything about it for the last several months. Okay, when I first found out that my stool had some blood in it, it was several months before, right? I should have gone to the hospital back then as soon as possible. Then my stage could have much lighter, much lower, okay? But there's no use crying over spilled milk, right? So, um, it's very important for you to move your body, because when you exercise, when you use your body a lot and you move your body a lot, it is good for your organs, like bowels especially. So that is why when I walk my dogs first thing in the morning, I sometimes feel like going to a toilet, okay, even while I'm walking my dogs, and it could be a bit troublesome for me, but it just shows that my bowel moves well, and it's healthy enough. And now I have almost no problem about my bowel, except for the frequency. Okay, now I have to go to toilet more frequently than before. Okay, because I have my rectum, okay, 20 centimeter less. Okay, because my surgeon cut my rectum 20 centimeters. So that's why my rectal is rectum is 20 centimeters shorter than it used to be. And this is the place where you keep your stool like a storage. Okay, but in my case, I don't have that storage space anymore. So when I feel like going to the toilet, that's it. Okay, I really want to go to the toilet, and I try to follow my body's voice. Okay, I think I take it more seriously than what's happening to me. I mean, mentally. I mean, if it does make sense. If my body says that it doesn't like something, then I try to follow it, even though I'm busy, or even though I want to do this a little bit more. If I feel sleepy, for example, I try to listen to my voice, because I'm sleepy because my body is tired. My body wants to take a rest, right? Then I stop doing whatever I'm doing, and I try to take a nap or something like that. I used to do totally different. I mean, totally opposite. Like until the year 2021, okay, I used to make lots of videos for my main channel, which required lots of editing. Okay, and I took lots of time and my energy to do that job. Okay, and I used to stay overnight very often, because I really enjoyed doing it. But now it's totally impossible, totally unthinkable, because I really need to sleep to be healthy. I know that this is my number one priority at the moment. So I take good care of my health. I take good care of my body and everything. Okay, so he's still 25. He's still young, so I'm not worried about him very much. But in terms of bowel cancer, okay, bowel cancer. when I had my rectal cancer, I heard that the bowel cancer is the number one cause of death for women, for Japanese women, for the first time in my life, and this surprised me so much. If I had known that, I could have checked my body by then, right? But I didn't know that. I always thought that the number one cause of death for Japanese women was breast cancer or something, or oval cancer, oval, and I don't know. There is another organ for women, right? That you grow your baby in. I forgot. Okay, but I never thought that rectal cancer is the number one cause of death for Japanese women. That was totally new to me, and I had known that back then. Yeah, even before that, uh, because I was already in my mid 50s, right? And I really encourage people in later than in their 40s to get inspection about their bowel, because it's happening silently, and by the time you notice something, it might be too late. Okay, in my case, I found some blood in my stool, right? But it's progressing already. It's not the early stage, okay? Even though it turned out to be the stage 1B, I was quite lucky. But most of the time, by the time you realized that something was wrong with your body, the stage could be stage 4, or as serious as stage 4 or something, and it could be life threatening. So if you feel that something must be wrong, strange in your body, you should go to the doctor. And some people don't believe this. I mean, I was talking about the surgeon who quit his job after 10 years. 10 years after he started his job, okay? And that video, okay, I uploaded about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, had much more views, and I wonder why. Maybe the video of mine came up in someone's recommended. I don't know why, but quite a lot of people, compared to other of my videos, okay, quite a lot of people, or more people, watched the video. And in that video, I was talking about this surgeon who quit his job 10 years after he started working, or he started intern, okay, as an intern, I guess. And he had a lot of surgeries himself, and but he quit his job because he understood that what doctors do to their patients are not the best, okay. They only fix the surface part of their body. I mean, they do not do something about precautious measures, okay. Doctors are the ones who can fix their damages, right? But they don't know. This is what I heard somewhere, though. Okay, they are not the ones who know how to not to get sick in the first place. So when you ask your doctor what kind of food you should eat to be healthy, most of the time they don't know, because they don't learn such things at school. okay, they only learned how to fix the section that is already wrong, already bad. So you should be the one who cares about what to eat, what not to eat, to be healthy, to get healthier, or something like that. Okay, you should be responsible for that. And this is something that I learned, okay, myself after I found out that I had actually cancer myself. I read lots of books, okay, and I did lots of things to be healthy enough, even before having the operation, okay, so that my cancer wouldn't get worse in such a short time, okay. And I think that what I did back then was quite helpful. I don't know how much or so, okay, to some extent, I believe that what I did by reading all those books was helpful, okay. And anyway, after because of my cancer thing, cancer experience, I tried to eat healthily, and I tried to move my body more. But now, I usually do is like reading books and studying languages and watching all those videos. And so I bought this walking machine at my house, but I haven't opened the package yet, and it stayed at our entrance, inside the entrance, okay, entrance hall. It has stayed at the entrance for as long as 2 months. But okay, I'm gonna open it as soon as possible, okay. Anyway, so exercising is very important. Exercising is very important for your, especially bowel. So he's still young, so I'm not worried about him very much. But sedentary lifestyle is not good for your health, right? Because people used to move more, like doing their farm work, or right? People used to work a lot, and physical work. People used to do a lot of physical work, and since we have many electric appliances around us, those things help us. I mean, those electric gadgets give us a lot of freedom, right? A lot of time to do something else. It's good, but yeah, nowadays people don't move their body as much as those older people did, right? So it's not good for your health. In this respect, we should move more intentionally. Otherwise, we tend to lead a sedentary lifestyle. I think so. Okay. And I actually wanted to make an answer video for him because he was asking his viewers if they have enough exercise a day, or what kind of exercises they do, or something like that, okay. Or he just wonders if there is correlation between moving your body a lot and staying healthy mentally, or something like that. And I think this is right. There is a lot of relation between moving your body and making yourself positive. Yeah, actually, yeah, right. So that's why I wanted to make an answer video, but I'm not sure if I'll do it because I watched his video just after I walked my dog, and I was quite excited. And after the exercise, right, I was very, very positive, and so I didn't feel like, I mean, I wasn't afraid of anything. I wasn't afraid of anything at that time. I mean, I'm talking about this morning after walking my dogs, okay? Um, the exercise, okay, walking my dogs made me feel very energetic and passionate and more positive. And so that's why it made me feel like making an answer video for him. But now I feel calmer, so I'm not sure if I'll do it or not, okay? But watching his video reminded me of my older days about bicycle when I use my bike to commute to my work, and I was quite young, and yeah, at that time my dream was to if I had my kids, okay, in those days I was still single, right? If I had my kids, um, I want to ride a bike with them, okay, to go everywhere. And I actually did. I had my three daughters, right? And when I became a single mother, I usually used my bike to go to the central part of the city, okay, to go shopping or something, because in this way I didn't have to pay for the transportation fees, and I didn't have to take trains, and I have my freedom, okay, and I was able to back then, okay, I was able to park my um, bike anywhere I wanted. It's very convenient, right? And so I didn't have to pay the parking fees or anything, everything. So, and it was refreshing, and so everything was nice. Everything was nice. And I often took my daughters, and everybody was on a bike, and we went to Osu, okay, for example. Osu is the same place that my first job, donut shop, was, okay, and it's close to the central part of the city, okay, and it was fun. It was really enjoyable. Okay, so, and I was able to ride on a bike anytime a day, like early in the morning, or it could be late at night, okay. If there's no train anymore, it's if it's too late, but I can go anywhere, right? It gave me, always gives me a sense of freedom. So that's what I like about my bike. Okay, but I no longer ride on a bike because I'm worried about being hurt by riding on it. So, okay, how much? 1 hour, okay. Yeah, I have to be careful about because I have my appointment at 10:30, so I have to be careful about not to forget about it, okay? Because usually when I take them to the trimming salon, it's usually about 5:30 p.m. So today is an exception. I tend to forget things if I concentrate on something, this one thing, okay? So okay, I think let me call it a day, and weather is nice, and wherever you are, I really hope that you have a wonderful weekend. This is Sunday, right? Okay. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow too. So until then, bye bye.